Welcome back to the Paul Dolden Details channel. Right, this week I'm doing the start of the videos, the long-awaited videos for Turtle Wax. Yes, Turtle Wax, the hybrid solutions. I've got the products sitting here in front of me. I am going to do individual videos for these products because there's quite a few products to get through. I don't want to do one big video and be done with it. They were very, very kind to send this stuff out, as they did certain other people, and certain other people got invited to America. My ticket must have got lost somewhere. Don't worry about it. You're forgiven. I'll go next time. Anyway, on with the rather quick discussion about the products, and then we get straight into the video. Right, they sent down these products. I'm going to talk about them very, very quickly because I know you guys are in a hurry and you want to get back to the setting, get her indoors watching whatever she's watching, repeats of Call the Midwife, and you can get on watching me. Right, very, very quickly. They sent down the ceramic 3-in-1 detailer. So the idea of this is used in maintenance to top up and keep the protection levels up. Some people have been using this as a waterless wash. Not too sure about that, waterless washes, but we're going to put that through its places at some stage, not this week. Ceramic wash and wax, that's their shampoo. Nice big bottle of that. Ceramic wet wax, in a number of videos of this, it looks pretty impressive stuff, the old wet wax sprays. Ceramic polish with wax in it. Now, I've watched a couple of these videos and I was going to use this week, but I'm not. That deserves a video on its own. But the one we're interested in, of course, as per the groovy thumbnail, is the ceramic spray coat. And this seems to be really, really popular. So this is the one we're going to put through its paces. Now, I have to warn you lot that this is a fairly long video. In the fact, there is a lot of prep involved, right? This car was minging, the paint was completely trashed. Decontamination is so important. If you want to make this stuff work, you want to make it bond, get your prep work done first. So, you know the score. Grab a massive family bowl of Twiglets this week and get a 6-pack. Don't keep nipping out to the kitchen because you'll miss bits, all right? Just get a 6-pack or get a couple of big bottles, say Lefty or something like that. Massive bottle of Merry Down cider, that'll sort you out. Roll the video. So here we go then. Start with the main thing, the wheels, the filthy part of the car. They are awful, these wheels. These are speed lines. Now this car is driven, shall we say, vigorously, and the brake dust is in abundance. I have hit this with Decon shampoo. Decon shampoo cleanse from Garage Therapy. Also, in my bucket, I have High Definition's Breakthrough, their wheel shampoo. You might think this is over the top. Believe you me, these wheels were hit 3 times. Hit with fallout remover from Details Passions. Yes, 3 times I hit these and still couldn't get them 100%. On the day we were starting to run out of time, you'll see the state of these. Bleeding hell, yes, right in there between the spokes. That is baked on brake dust. Carbatech brake pads. Horrendous things. Even agitating the wheel, just couldn't get rid of it. Answer the postcard for this one. So once again, a good rinse down, went round the rest of the car to attack the rest of the wheels. Not only did we do the wheels, we did a rinse down stage. Now normally I'd hit this with an APC straight away, but the car had this film of dust and grime all over it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to rinse it down first. Get a bit of a heads up. If you look closely, that is steam coming off from the driver's side. Even though it was a freezing cold day, had a little bit of sun on there, we had some steam coming up. So I hit this with a citrus APC. That's an Alien Magic citrus. Don't worry, I shall put all the websites underneath the videos. You can go and check out the guys. Liberal spray of this, around about 8 to 1. That started to work on eating away the grime. Then coated with the Cleanse shampoo. That's the Decon shampoo from Garage Therapy. I wanted to strip as much crap off this car as possible. Now I could have hit this with a TFR. I could have hit this with Rage, which we've used before. I'm running low on Rage, believe it or not. I've yet to order some more. Pull your finger out, Paul. So I left this on the car for around about 10 minutes. And it's a rinse down, one of many rinse down stages. I've got to tell you guys, a lot of rinsing on this car, and you'll find out why very, very soon. So a quick 2 bucket wash, yet again with the Decon shampoo. Now at this stage I couldn't really feel that much contamination on the paint, believe it or not, and I touched it with my bare hand as well. Nevertheless, the first part of the Decon shampoo, the Decon stage, shampoo on the brain, fallout remover. Yet again from Detail's Passions. Hit the exhaust pipe with it as well. Get rid of the contaminants off the poo chute end. Another rinse down. And also a detar stage as well. Lots of tar. That tailgate was awful. I cannot tell you, that was like sandpaper. Clay bar stage. Big shout out to JP Details while we were doing this video. Had numerous chats with him about clay bars, and I've decided to ditch the built Hamber clay bar, the one I'm using. They are like using friggin' breeze blocks. They are horrible. That was been soaking in boiling water. Okay, chucking it back in the warm water, making it softer, but for some reason, this against the Cobra, this was horrendous. On the Cobra, it wasn't really an issue. Look at the state of that. And that's after it's been detarred as well. It was probably one of the worst cars I've clayed. So after the claying stage, it was panel wipe, and then on to the masking up and the polishing. So I did the first set on here, just to see what we were playing with, and what we could get out of the car. Some low speed passes. Anyone's interested, that is a Cartec white pad. So a medium to firm pad. Ideal for single stage polishing. Do not worry, the compounds are coming up. So I started on a rear quarter, just like a test panel to see what I could get. Clarity's there, but there's still some defects in there. Remember, we're not chasing, this isn't a correction, but we just want to get it as good as we can with the time we had. So that is the paint renovator. Really nice stuff to use, highly lubricated, and then got the scratch remover for the deeper defects. So this was the rear quarter. Not too bad at all. The bonnet, however, tailgate, meh, not great. So once again, I've given you guys normal speed editing for this part. You can see my arm speed. Run this up to about 3 to 4. Anything over 4, it seems to be a bit vibraty, the Rupes. Mixture of pads as well. I did change up to a firmer pad on some parts of the car, and it just responded, it seemed to respond. Once you get to the smaller areas, we switched to our spot pad machine. You might have seen this in other videos with the Cobra. Certain parts of this car, as I said previously, were worse than others. Namely the bonnet, thanks to cats. Yes, seems to attract pussy, this car, and not the right one. And for some reason they've been on the tailgate. Ooh, swirlies and scratches. Not nice. Now I'm wearing ear defenders for a reason. One, my ears were cold, and two, I don't like noise. Not that these are really noisy machines, it's just prolonged use can affect your ear rolls. So once this was done, there's a copious amounts of alcohol wiped down with a panel prep from High Definition. And we're on to the trim stages, trim restore. This is lithium auto elixirs. You might have seen a previous video of me using their brand. Sadly, I can't seem to find it in the UK. This is a real shame because it is incredible stuff to use. So work this in to the plastics, let it cure for a little while and then lightly buff it off. And then it's trim dress. Dress from Details Passions. Now you can use this on the trim, but I prefer it on tyres. It's got a really lovely glossy look. Wipe off the excess. What about that rear end? The filthy poo shoot end. 4-0 wire wall after you've used your decontamination process, i.e. D-tar and 4-out remover, and then AM metal polish. Copious amounts of rubbing in. And then just buff them off. By this time you would have done several bottles of lager, several bottles of wine. You'll be thinking, where's the turtle wax stuff? Pull your finger out, Paul, where is it? I'll show you. At last, there it is, ceramic spray coating from Turtle Wax. So mist the panels, a couple of sprays. You want a couple of cloths at least, if not 3, depending on how big your car is. Do not overload. Don't do what I did on the door and overload it. You just make more work for yourself. That's it, Sean. Lift the wipers. You can use this on glass, although what we found was, after a brief phone call the next day, it doesn't seem to bond onto glass quite so well as it does in the paint. As for gloss levels, ooh yeah, it's there. But remember, the more prep you do, the better. So safe to use on the plastics and on the chrome. There's no residue with this. It's quite difficult to see where you've been. But you can see a darkening glossy effect, almost like wax. It has a warm glow to it, which is very unusual. So I'll try to keep some of this in real time rather than keep speeding it up for you guys. Fairly pointless sometimes, but you can see for yourself the effects once it just flashes off. But it's not this bit. Put your finger out, Paul, get it done. So once you've done all this, you're going to want to see what it's like with water. Pretty impressive. Don't be tempted to do this, you really need to let this cure. This is purely so you can see it. You'll complain if I don't put it on there. So I have to pack the hose away, finish chucking water all over your pride and joy, and dried it again. This is what we were left with. Blimey, that was a bit long-winded, all that prep work. Yes, it was, but it was really worth it. Because when I actually put this stuff on, the cherry on the cake, the fairy on the Christmas tree, nice and seasonal, not, it blew me away. It really did, because the clarity in the paint really came through. That's why it's so important to get the prep work done, because this is only going to amplify the paint even more. It's like a secondary glass layer going on, and I thought, God, it's really running. I mean, it's like water when it comes out. You put it on, you think, oh, you know, it's going to be another like a hybrid quick detailer. It's not going to do anything. Once you buff it off with the secondary cloth, that's when the magic happens, and it does flash off pretty quick, this stuff. Don't overload the panel. That's what I've got to say to you guys. Advice, don't overload it. I put way too much on, and I was like trying to take it off, and I got another cloth, like a third cloth. You don't need much of this stuff. A couple of sprays. Take notice what it says on the bottle, should I say. Take notice of it. You don't need much of it. So, secondary coat, you're going to have to wait 24 hours. Don't wash the car at least 24 hours. Why would you want to wash your car 24 hours after? Go figure. My missus would shoot me if I did that. No, she would. So leave it at least 24 hours and beyond. Don't go and chuck a load of water over it like I did with the camera. It's only for the sheeting effect, and boy, does it sheet, and it beads like crazy. So 6 to 12 months, 18 squid for this bottle, which I don't think is bad value for money. Now, there aren't really any cons I can think of, to be honest with you, only the fact that you have to put quite a bit of slog in to do your prep work if you want the best out of it. I can't really think of anything. They must have pumped like millions into producing these chemicals. They've really done a lot of research. I remember turtle wax sitting on the back of my the shelf in the garage when I was living at home, and I just don't remember trying anything else of turtle wax since those days. You know, I'm going back to like the 80s, the mid 90s. So I can't wait to try the rest of this range, and that's why I'm doing individual videos on the range. So massive thanks to Turtle Wax for sending down the range. There is going to be all these videos coming to you as soon as I get around to doing them, along with all the other videos. Very, very quick word about the channel. Now, I mentioned last year that I was changing the channel slightly. Don't worry too much. What I'm trying to do is better details, more information for you guys, a bit more machine polishing. If you want to see more how-tos, then please put your comments in down below. But you've seen other chemicals, other manufacturers in this video. The brand review thing is amazing. It's fantastic getting sent an enormous amount of products. But I just don't want to be a one-trick pony. I'd rather show you more. So that's why you're going to get more stuff in each video, fingers crossed. So if you like the video, please show your support, please put your thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified of the next upload, and take care of yourselves, and thanks for watching. Totally bye.